March to Freedom Day 11. I'm inside today because it's freaking snowing out. Gosh dang. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dudes Ascend, where we talk about how to elevate ourselves as men. My name is Hamilton, and we are here on day 11 of the March to Freedom from Porn Challenge. And today, I want to talk about the value of giving yourself space during recovery. There's a reason why a lot of addictions, when people are trying to recover from those, they have treatment facilities for you to go to where you're sort of surrounded by a bunch of professionals. You get to sort of take a break from the outside world and the stressors of daily life and really just go full steam ahead at recovery. These options are oftentimes can be pretty pricey. So if that is not in the cards for you, it's going to be important to find some kind of way to allow yourself some space, where you can be somewhat removed from whatever extra or unnecessary stressors might be present for you. There's a couple reasons why this is important. First and foremost, is because one of the main symptoms of withdrawal, if you are putting yourself through detox of some kind of dependency, and for porn, that is a dependency on dopamine. We've talked about that a little bit. The pornography use provides you with this like massive flood of dopamine to your brain, and so you're going to be detoxing from that. While you are detoxing, while you're going through withdrawal, one of the main symptoms is irritability, anxiety, emotional edginess, right? So it's best to like sort of remove yourself as much as you can, even if you can't go to a treatment facility. Sort of give yourself some kind of environment where you can have some space from others, so that what you're already working on isn't being amplified and made more difficult by arguments, tension, getting into tits or tats with the people around you while you're extra irritable. That happens when you're extra irritable. It can be easy to get into like heated arguments, and then that amplified emotion is not going to be helping your cause. So for me, what I mentioned, right now I'm in Richmond, Virginia, and sort of taking some space. I'm staying with family at the moment, and I have like sort of like a little side apartment in one of my family members' house where I can kind of be with myself. And the main idea there is to have some space where I'm not like in the same bubble with my wife all the time, and I'm not like taking out my emotional edginess or irritability out on her, not putting her in any unneeded, uncomfortable situations, but also, just sort of allowing myself some space to, not be getting upset, not be getting triggered, and that's really, really, really important, I think, to stay on track. What's also been a blessing for me is that I was sort of in a space where I could walk away from the job that I was in, the day job, and I'm moving towards becoming a full-time entrepreneur with my wife and I's Twin Soul Poets channel that's already, past 2,000 subscribers, and we do a lot of coaching sessions with people with that, helping people to manifest deep soulful love in their life. But I also had like a day job in Georgia, and was able to walk away from that because I did have some savings, and I have a settlement check coming to me from an accident that I was in about a year ago. And so that's giving me some time and freedom, even though I couldn't invest at the time in a recovery center. I can at least give myself some time to not have to go clock in, punch in at a job that, can be stressful. And yeah, that's been a really good opportunity for me because with the settlement check that I'm getting, I will have a little bit more freedom and space to like give myself some time to really prioritize this. The other benefit of giving yourself space is that it tends to breed clarity. You know, when you remove a lot of the distractions from your zone and you're not sort of constantly being influenced by outside opinions or um, you know, interactions with others or other, like, whatever might be taking your attention. It really allows you to go into self quite a bit and get back in touch with your own intuition, your own inner guidance system, and really be having, have some space and like silence to really be receiving some insights, some key insights about what might be helpful to address. I talked about a few days ago, like getting to some of the root causes, and that professional help, like counseling, therapy, and stuff, can be really helpful in identifying what some of those root causes are. And I am actively doing that as well consistently. But it's also like just having the space to sort of think for myself um, also helps to find some of that clarity as well of like, man, okay, this was something that I was thinking about a lot, or this is something that I could work on and address. um, and it also like helps you get clear about where you want to go moving forward, not just like old past stuff, but like what is it that you really want your life to look like. What kind of goals and dreams and aspirations do you really have that you want to move forward, that this addiction might have been you know holding you back from. And as you are getting space from you know the old patterns, you can really start to like construct what that's going to look like for you in the future, and what are you moving towards. And um, I think it's best to really like figure that out for yourself. um, and sometimes we just need space to do that. One more aspect of having space is, if you are in a relationship, if you are like in a marriage like I am, for me, having some space for my wife right now is also helpful in just the simple aspect of like, because I'm dealing with a pornography addiction, and because I'm working on these things that are related to like sexual urges and a dependency on sort of those kinds of things. um, it can make that journey extra hard too when I'm around my wife, just simply from the aspect of like, I'm really attracted to my wife. I find her very um, sexually attractive, and that can be sort of triggering in its own way of like, if I'm just looking at her and feeling excited, that can sort of push those buttons where I'm thinking about sex more. And that can be kind of a difficult thing to navigate in relationship if your partner knows that you're trying to get sober from porn and stuff, and they might be feeling stuck in like a hard place sometimes, if wondering like, is it helpful to be like sexually available, or is that going to be you know making it harder for you in that journey. So it's also kind of saving them from that kind of guessing game of not really knowing how to best support you, and feeling triggered or upset themselves, or trying to figure that out. It can be complicated. So like, for us, taking some space right now to where we're not like having to worry about our own intimacy, and I'm not getting away from porn and then feeling more needy from her to sort of give me some kind of like of that sexual satisfaction, or like release that I'm no longer getting from porn. It sort of like takes that whole issue off the table, which I think is also really helpful. So those are my thoughts for today on day 11. The importance of giving yourself some space while you are embarking on this march to freedom from porn. I hope you guys are doing really well. Um, I hope you're doing better than me. I hope, I mentioned yesterday that I had to navigate dealing with a little slip in the morning, and I think that am bouncing back from that correctly. I'm, really doing my best to just face life on life's terms, show up to challenges that are being presented to me emotionally or with relationships with my family or my mom or whatever I'm dealing with, financial situations and stuff, and just showing up to them and piecemealing them in ways where I'm like, I'm not trying to figure it all out at once, but I'm doing things one step at a time and not allowing myself the old distraction escape mechanism um, that used to be there. So, uh, sending you guys much love and encouragement on the this gauntlet that we are walking through together. Again, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to help this channel grow and potentially help more people who are struggling with this. And be sure to comment below too what your thoughts on, are there any other benefits of taking space? Are there any other creative ideas on like how you can do that if you don't have another living space to go to but you are living with a partner, or if you don't have the means to go to a recovery center, like what other options might there be for doing that? And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow on day 12.